Hello and welcome once again to Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. Please do like, share, subscribe, all of those things. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. In this video we are taking a look at the very highly anticipated Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2, as the box says. But this of course is Dr. Octopus from Spider-Man No Way Home. Now this is a highly anticipated figure because it is a deluxe figure and it's the first time we've had Dr. Octopus with this kind of look, and it's just a very awesome looking figure. The allocations have been a bit slow coming out, so people have been waiting on this. I think the original allocation slot that I got was November, but obviously it's just arrived now. But I'm very excited to open this up. Now this is still the plastic free packaging, so there's no kind of windows, you can't see what you get, so you're still doing that kind of blind bag thing and hoping that everything is okay and the QC issues are all okay. It's a very kind of heavy figure. It's a lot heavier than I anticipated. Now do be aware there are two bags here stuck to the top of the cardboard. I've seen lots of posts and comments about people saying that they were missing pieces and other people pointing them in the direction of these two pieces here stuck to the top. They include two of the tentacle hands, so you have to make sure that you get those. Don't throw them away or repackage them, whatever it is that you do your boxes. So I'm going to tear those off and we'll get to those in a sec. But yes, so this is branded up Spider-Man 2. Now I am guessing that is down to licenses and likeness rights and all that kind of stuff. Same kind of loophole that they used for the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Either way, it is a Dr. Octopus movie figure. Now this is a very cool looking figure. I can tell straight away. You've got the bendy tentacles. Now this is something that we have been calling out for in Marvel Legends for so many years now when it comes to Dr. Octopus, and I'm really glad that they've kind of, I'll say, introduced them with this one. They did do another version, a comic book version, but it's good to have them on this one because it just means that you can get them into some very awesome poses. And it's more significant with this one, and I'll show you why in a minute when we get to the actual heads or the hands, whatever you want to call them. Now he has got his glasses, like his signature kind of shades on. They are attached to his head. Now I'm quite pleased about that myself. I mean, you could take them off if you wanted to. They're only going to be attached by a little bit of glue, but I am quite pleased about that because with other figures like Beast and stuff, the ones that, and Jubilee as well is another one, the ones that have glasses, they tend to fall off and get misplaced and all the rest of it. Now his costume is very much like the one he wore in Spider-Man No Way Home, so this is obviously based on his look there. He looks a little bit more aged as well. These arms, these tentacles are very solid. They are very stiff to turn, and you can tell that they bend all the way around, but they don't feel cheaply done. They feel that there's been a bit of money gone into them, and I kind of feel like this is a deluxe figure because of that. That's the reason why you're paying that extra, because there's definitely some extra design work and kind of production work that's gone into these arms. So I for one am all here for it, and I'm really pleased that they gave it to us. So what have we got in the bag? So the big bag includes the majority of the accessories. Let's pour them out and take a look. Now the first thing that we got is alternate hands for Dr. Octopus himself. The next one we got these flat, I'm going to call them hands, tentacle hands, right, or tentacle heads. These flat tentacle heads, which are obviously base pieces, and then we got kind of clawed versions. And then in these little bags are articulated versions. So we have 6 heads in total. We have 6 different versions of the head, and they've done them in pairs, which for my OCD works really well because it means that you can have 2 of the same if you wanted. It really annoys me when you kind of get all these different ones. Now these are articulated because you can kind of put them into the point, like when he talks to them and they kind of communicate with him, they kind of create that almost like Venom, kind of that head that kind of comes and looks at him, and he kind of looks and directs his conversation at them. So I'm really glad that they gave us that as an option, because that will serve for some good action figure photography. Now the big difference between these and the clawed ones is there is no other articulation in them. You can open them and you can close them, so you get kind of 2 different looks. The clawed ones give you more of a base to kind of put figures in. If you're going to have him holding Spider-Man or something, you could obviously put that around the chest area of Spider-Man. Now speaking of Spider-Man, let's bring in some of the other Spider-Man No Way Home figures from Hasbro. We've of course got Green Goblin. We've also got, of course, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and let's bring in Sandman as well, because then that kind of rounds out the entire Tobey Maguire trilogy. We've got all of the bad guys here from all of the movies, bar Venom. So maybe Venom's on the horizon, maybe we're going to get that Topher Grace Venom, who knows. But as a fan of those Tobey Maguire films, I'm really kind of living my best life here that I'm able to get 6-inch articulated, pinless, good quality figures of these characters. Although they are based on the characters in No Way Home, so obviously the newer version of the characters, it's very cool indeed that we have those to be able to put on our shelves, because, you know, for some of us, from some collectors, especially people that do enjoy collecting the movie figures, there's a big old gap for some of the older films. Now, I'm just going to show you very quickly. I know I'm running out of time, but I'm going to run over a little bit. This is how the base plate, I'm going to call them base plates, the base plate stand heads work. They create a nice solid base. They spread the weight out quite evenly. And I'm not going to mess around and get all the weight balance right just now because I've already run over on my time. But you get the idea, and it holds him up. They're nice and solid, they're nice and sturdy, and you can have him in a good position that has him kind of towering over your other figures. And when it comes to display, it's always good to be able to have a figure that goes a little bit higher than other figures because of a glider or legs or something or other. So being able to put Dr. Octopus on those kind of legs standing up is a very cool thing indeed. Here's the other articulated one that's just fallen off, so just snap it back on quite simply. And this is what I was saying about my OCD, being able to have two of each, so one on each side that kind of mirrors the other side, for me really finishes the figure off. But this is definitely a good figure and definitely worth picking up. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you soon.